What's up, guys? Welcome to the We Want Pigs post-weigh-in show. I am Minty Bets, and I will be going through the entire weigh-ins from this morning, so you do not have to. We've got UFC Fight Night back in Las Vegas, Nevada at the UFC Apex this Saturday. 12 fights on the card, and I really like this card. My picks can be found this week on the ESPN Plus broadcast during the fights, and I will tweet out which bouts I've got picks on, so you can look out for those if I remember to do that. I also don't know what to wear tomorrow yet, so if there's a specific color you guys like, please let me know in the comments. And honestly, guys, this weigh-in was really quick and very easy, and there was no drama. Everyone looked really good, and everyone made weight. So let's get started with the main event, headlined by Cannonier and Caio Borralho. I never realized how many Asian tattoos Caio has because I was always so distracted by his neck tattoos. He's still undefeated in the UFC and came in looking great at 186 pounds. Cannonier is coming off a sort of quick turnaround after just having fought and lost in early June. He was one of the last fighters to be weighed at 184 pounds. On to the co-main event, Angela Hill and Tabitha Ricci. Ricci opened near minus 150 at one point and then flipped to plus money. Now she's back as a favorite of minus 130. The girl is Jacob's lock of the week this week, and she looked amazing as always and weighed 115 pounds, while Angela Hill, also looked phenomenal, weighed 115 and a half. In this card, we will witness the Season 32 Ultimate Fighter middleweight and featherweight finals. At middleweight, we've got Robert Valentin at 185, taking on Ryan Loder at 186. I'm not betting on these guys, but I do like Ryan Loder in this spot. As for the featherweight finals, Con Ovely weighed 145 pounds, while Myron Santos was the last fighter to step onto the scale. He did need a strip down, but made weight at 146. I mean, I wasn't worried. He looked fine. I like Myron in this bout a lot, and I actually may bet on him or throw him in a parlay, so we'll see. Next up, Michael Morales versus Neil Magny. Morales looked real good, and his abs are perfect, if that's what you are wondering. He weighed 171 pounds, while Neil Magny weighed 170. Also looked good. Both are good to go, and there are a handful of really big favorites on the card, Michael Morales being one of them. I think almost a 6-1 favorite, if I remember correctly. To open up the main card, we've got Gerald Mearshore and Edmund Shabazian. Shabazian's skin tone is what I believe to be the exact skin color Jacob has.
I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
Edmund weighed 184.5 pounds, and GM3 came in at 185. He looks what I believe Aaron Rodgers would look like if he changed career paths to professional fighting. And also, can you believe it is Aaron Rodgers' 20th year in the NFL? Insane. He is still the king of Hail Marys. Before we get to the featured prelim, make sure to go to WeWantPicks.com and become a premium member to get all of Angelo's picks and Jacob's picks for the weekend. You know they've been doing well, so go see for yourself how well they are doing and how well they do this weekend on WeWantPicks.com. At featherweight, we've got Dennis Bazookia taking on last-minute replacement Francis Marshall. I really liked Dennis against his original opponent, Danny Silva, and I was going to make him my official pick. Although I still like him at plus money against Francis Marshall, I would rather stay away from it. He looked good, though, at 155 and a half, and Francis Marshall, I don't usually like men with light-colored eyes. It's just not my preference. I like dark features, but those eyes on Francis Marshall, beautiful. He stepped onto the scale at 156 pounds. And I absolutely love this next fight at middleweight. Zachary Reese taking on Jose Medina. Medina was the first to be weighed, and he is making his UFC debut at 186 pounds. Zach Reese was featured in Dana White's Contender Series Next Level, and since I watched that episode, I really like Zach Reese as a fighter. I also very much like his mullet. Didn't like it before. Like it on Morgan Wallen. Like it on Zach Reese. I think those are the only two people that can pull it off. And if you haven't watched that show, definitely go check it out. He stepped onto the scale at 184.5. In the lightweight division, we've got Vyacheslav Barjov at 155.5 pounds versus James Yontop at 154.5. Moving on to the ladies, Jacqueline Cavalcanti and Josiane Nunes face off in the women's bantamweight. Both made weight, Cavalcanti at 136, while Nunes at 135. Next up, these two guys are also on this season's Ultimate Fighter and are given a chance to prove their potential to Dana White once more. This is a last-minute addition because I did not see these names in the beginning of the week. Gigantas Ramaska goes up against Nathan Fletcher. Ramaska stepped on at 146 pounds, while Fletcher, thank goodness he cut his hair, weighed 145.5 pounds. I just don't get, I feel like a lot of men in the UK just have like the straight cut, the bowl cut, like the Paddy Pimblett in a way. I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. And the last fight is kind of crazy because, like I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of, not a lot, but like a handful of big favorites. Wang Cong is making her UFC debut against Victoria Leonardo, and Wang Cong is a 12-1 favorite. That is absolutely insane. Giving Tom Nolan vibes, you know, he was a huge favorite in his debut as well. Her, as well as Zach Reese and Michael Morales, all big favorites. So, yeah. Anyway, both of these ladies weighed exactly 125 pounds this morning, and that is it, my friends. Again, my picks can be found this weekend on the ESPN Plus broadcast during the fights. Get Angelo's and Jacob's picks on WeWantPicks.com and become a premium member, because not only do they post picks, but they have betting tools that you guys can use to help better your analysis. Come back in 2 weeks for UFC Fight Night between Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady. Good luck, everyone.